Hello and welcome to round 2. Get everything set up nice and pretty here. How do I feel about this hand? Pretty good. It's soft to a werewolf. Their wolf? But I think in the blind, on the draw, you keep this. Like, if they hit the 3-3 that turns into a 4-4, but we're probably just going to lose. But as long as they're not playing green, we should be fine. Right, Dutch? Yes. You've got plenty of cat food. Knock it off. Alright, looks like they are also red. So lots of red drafters at the table. I can believe that. Doesn't really matter what we lead with. We don't have any double costed, but I suppose I could draw specifically Tormenting Voice, Mountain, Fiery Temper. Oh, another one. Okay. So unfortunately, it's going to be a little while before we can interact with that. I don't mind Geist blasting it, although Silent Observer is kind of just an excellent answer to it. So we may just take a hit or two from it first. See what they cast here. Maybe it's like a 3-2 Vampire or something. I'd love to Geist blast that and then just slam the Observer. We could also just cast the Blood Mad Vampire and leave it. But we'll see what we draw. That seems like a better target to me for Geist Blast. I mean, maybe. I just kind of like that to be dead. There will be no prodding sins here. Right, Dutch? Stop prodding my cat. And we've got our choice of Explorers or Silent Observer to interact with this guy. Masquerade isn't really super scary right now. It can be, eventually. But they're going to need some tricks to get through Home Slice here. I guess I'll start here. Like it's pretty likely we're going to jam out with the Arsonist next turn anyway, but there might be a world in which I want to do some things with some stuff. We could also double Nagging Thoughts, I guess. But I'm kind of hoping we double Rise from the Tides one day. Takes a lot of mana, but boy, it sure would be fun. Oh, no attacks, eh? Okay. I think I am just going to slam the Arsonists here, which means I think we're free to attack for 2. Like, maybe they untap and kill it and hit us for 2. Kind of don't care. This is why the Arsonists are in this deck, is so if we end up in a board state where we just need to hit our opponent in the face for a couple turns to kill them, that can be accomplished. I'm a little less eager to block with it than I was with the Drownyard Explorers, because that's not its job. 7/7. That's a little scary and probably something I have to deal with. It having first strike is pretty significant. I can see a lot of cards by doing this, but let's first go look and see what we're trying to draw. So what do I have that handles that? I don't actually. Like a Jace's Scrutiny could shrink it enough to where the first strike kind of gets okay. I can sort of try to race it. Like, we're going to take that 7. But then maybe... Crap, I don't know. Ugh. Just cold to Necropod. I mean, again, I can turbo out a bunch of stuff and draw a bunch of cards with that Geist Blast, but I don't think that solves our issue. Alright, we're going to have to race it. That's the only actual option we've got. Which, again, the Scrutinies would buy us a couple turns, maybe? Sinister Concoction. That kind of sucks. It means we're not really super likely to be able to race. They did take a point of damage though, so I suppose that's something. We're going to have to go for Turbo Rise from the Tides if we want any shot against this at all. Maybe they sacrifice the Fiend? They could sacrifice the enchantment. That would be good. That would turn on your delirium, brah. You should do that. Oh, he sacrificed the Fiend. Okay. That means we might be able to attack them for some damage, maybe? Alright, we'll start with the catalog. Probably getting this Blood Mad Vampire going. As if we're gonna race, that's one of the few ways we're gonna do it. Alright, I'd rather look at the top two and pick one than just draw one. Okay, well, we'll take that one. I can take one more hit unless they have burn. So I could hit them for 6, putting them to 11. Play this guy, and then I can hit for 9 next turn. So if I draw a Fiery Temper, they would be dead. We have 2 Fiery Tempers in the deck. I'm putting myself dead to any number of cards from my opponent, but I'm putting them dead to us ripping a Fiery Temper. Like, if I can ever get them to the point where they need to block with a Necropod, I think we're in good shape. Also, they have to have land in hand and draw land for this line to win, but the other line is chump blocking forever, which we may be in a position to do next turn. All right, that starts to pose a problem. But again, we could Tormenting Voice into 2 of them, maybe? Probably not. All right, I think I need Double Scrutiny. Because now we're at 1. Okay, there's Dance with Devils. That can double block it and clear off both of their things. Did you just find something, Travis? You may have, and then we untap and Rise from the Tides. And then chump block, and then we're in business. Okay. Well, if that's the case, I can't block this guy, so I'm going to have to throw... Well, I could block it here, but I can't block it with both. I wonder if they want to take 5. So Rise gets us a bunch of tapped dudes, and we just lose because we're at 1, right? Yeah, if I can double block this, and they have first strike, so this is 100% what I'm doing. And then when I untap with Rise, I'll get 1, 2, 3 zombies. I can Geist Blast it for 6 zombies. Can I do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. I can. All right, so we've got a plan. This was one of the lines that gets us out of it. Because it looks like we're dead on board if they swing with their team. And because their dudes have first strike, I don't have to worry about blocking these things. Although I may still do it. The problem is I've only got one that can block both of them. So there are various combat tricks that get us here if they swing with the team. I'm hoping they just send the Necropod. I'll let them sacrifice something first. Okay, I'll let them mill that too. Have you ever danced with the devils? Don't have the trample spell, don't have the trample spell, don't have the trample spell, don't have the trample spell. Don't have it. Don't have it. Stop having it. You don't have it. You don't have it. You do not have it. It's not in your hand. Bloop. Bloop. Also, this does put them dead to a Fiery Temper, which is relevant. Should they have one. Well, hello there. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If they kill one of my attackers, I'm trying to decide what's safer. If they kill one of my attackers, I've got 3, 6, 9 potentially. What are they going to have? I could just hit with the Blood Mad Vampire and then Geist Blast back the Fiery Temper for the kill. And that way I've still got 2 blockers, and if they kill this, I can just Rise from the Tides and flash that back. Let's do that. That's a good bit safer. Okay, so we hold control. Fiery Temper you. Same target. So 6 to you, boom. Boom. Wasn't pretty, but it got there. What else have they got? Kind of just dudes. Like, it's an okay removal deck with a Necropod. Like, I'd love an answer to a Necropod, but we don't really have one. That first striking thing could be annoying. I'm a little tempted to bring in the Seagraph Scab over the Rattle Chains, because it can, like, trade with their X1s. I think on the draw I want to do that, although I may swap them back out afterwards. We could also envision a scenario where Malevolent Whispers is pretty good. But I think I like this. Let's give this a shot. We'll give the old Scabby a try. Alright. This is a little slow, but it has Terminate. If I can hold the Pyrehound for the catalog, it should be fine. Like, I guess we're hoping they whiff on a 2-drop, which can happen. Like, that's fine. I don't care about that at all. We've got so much time before that's relevant. No red is really good for us. It means we can probably sit here and just derp around forever. Because if I can play the Pyrehound and then start doing shenanigans, lordy lordy, can we have some fun. I may not be able to, though. We'll see. You know, we could just Geist Blast that. Like, we're going to need to kill it eventually. And then I can slam Pyrehound, and then I can catalog into some real action. Let's just do the thing. They're short on mana. Pyrehound starts to do a thing. God forbid we draw a Fiery Temper. Oh, you're really interested in getting red mana, aren't you? I like it. But I feel like if I get to land the Pyrehound on an unopposed board, I can do some gross stuff with it. We'll see about that. If I wait another turn, I can double catalog, draw 4 cards and discard 2. That seems okay. Do copies trigger this? No, I don't think they do, actually. Well, I certainly like the first catalog. The question is, do I think we're racing this deck? Because what we could do, which is, you know, pretty lame, is just attack it and cast a Silent Observer for this guy. That does put us in danger of a Kibler, but it's going to get got by a Kibler one way or the other. I mean, that's what Kibler's for. And I may as well have this to block. It's just using up all our mana. Like, I don't care if they want to use a combat trick to get through a Drown Yard Explorer. or explorers. I thought we lost Llanowar elves because they didn't want to have plurals, or maybe that was just they didn't want to reference Llanowar in every core set. I could see that. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! Is that supposed to be a jellyfish? The secret is Eldritch Moon is actually just a giant space jellyfish. Well, that's what Emrakul is, I suppose. You get Travis Babel when the opponent takes too long. Here, I'll pause it until they get back. I don't see much reason for them not to attack here. I suppose I could have the +2/+0 combat shenanigans, but I mean, it's not likely that this deck would play that. I don't think. Think. Alright, get your crow on. Mill some more lands. There's the scab. Not exactly what we were looking for here. I don't see much reason not to attack with both. And then probably just play the Observer. But I'll hold up the instants in case we need them. They can get in for no points of damage currently, and we can draw a card. Home Slice may get discarded, as he was kind of here to protect against 2/1s, and that's, well, he can't jump. Turns out blue zombies can't jump. Who knew? Ludwig, probably. What are you doing? Stop doing things. You got a Necropod? I think we can actually beat a Necropod. Oh, a Convicted Killer. That we can certainly beat. That does enable blocking from the Peanut Gallery. So I have to be a little careful about that. Although, who wants to get blown out? Do you want to get blown out? So, if we catalog and discard Fiery Temper, that's 3 counters, plus killing a blocker. So I think I'm just entirely on this. Like, come on, block it. I dare you. No? Okay, well, we're still going to do it. I guess we'll discard this Fiery Temper. Might as well take out this. Do I want to play another catalog and hit them for 5? I could. Although it'll be better next turn when I have the Niblis to attack into, because I can Tormenting Voice first. And then attack with the Niblis. And if they block, have the instant speed catalog shenanigans. I think that works. It's certainly better than a Dog-a-log, because it's a cat-a-log. Right, Dutch? You are not going to stop us. Alright, so let's start with the voice. And I think discarding the scab, like, we just kind of don't need it here. Sure. Scrutiny up too. This is just so good. So now I attack with both of these. We've got Scrutiny, we've got Catalog, we've got all the things. Okay, we'll take out both of you. So first, let's do this. And we may as well catalog too, why not? We'll leave up this in case we hit another thing. I don't think we need that land. Oh, that feels so good. Take all that damage, you're at 1. I guess I should have done the math and attacked with these guys too, but... I let the dogs out. That should have been the flavor text. I let the dogs out, Gristlebrand or Ormondal or whatever. Arlen Cord, I let the dog. It just, yeah. I'm old, and that's funny to old people. That is a cool Slayer's plate you got there. Yep, you got some neat cards. Cool. See you guys for the finals in just a minute.